So we just got back from the stage. We are filming this out of order. And you've seen the drops and how to plug stuff into the drops and where all of them are. Now we're going to take a look at how we go from the drops to the board and from the board to the drops. And that's with this patch rack. This patch rack is basically the same thing 50 times. Up here, and it's all labeled, is the stage mics. So anywhere on the stage, anywhere with that S we talked about, is on here. So if you plug something in S3 in the drop on the floor, you plug in S3 right here. If you want it to show up on the board as D-Snake 3, we'll talk about that when we go to the board, you plug it into the purple 3 down here. Allen and Heath, which is the board we have an Allen and Heath GLD80, loves this purple color. So just remember, you go from the black stage to the GLD, which is, so if you want to show up at 3, 3 to 3. You want 4, 4 to 4. Try to keep it 1 to 1, meaning you go from that number to that number. It's just a lot easier to remember. When you get into larger patches that have the pit, which is just right here, it's labeled orchestra pit mic, and they all start with P. That's when you get some overlap. If you have both S4 and P4, they both can't be 4. One of them can be 4. It can be S4, but P4 is going to have to show up on something else, maybe 5. And that's how you patch microphones. Down here are the monitors, and it works the same way. Monitor stages, S4, we want the monitor S4 to be on bank 2, we'll put it on B. This is a little confusing because it's not correspondent, unless it's been changed in the show. As of now, it hasn't. But all of this is bank 1. All of this is bank 2. All of this is bank 3. All of this is bank 4. The number doesn't matter. It's the letter that matters. Meaning if I plug S1 through 4 into monitor bank A, A1, A2, A3, and A4, they'll all have the same thing going through them. But if I plug 1, 2, 3, and 4 in A, B, C, and D, they'll have 4 different things going through them. Up here, and that's the basics of this. That is basically everything we need to know. Just to delve into a little more advanced real quick, over here we have the sins. I just know it because I have it memorized. It's not labeled. 1 and 2 right here, these are the mains. Mains left and mains right. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. 3 is the subs, and this is monitor bank 1, 2, 3, and 4. This information is not particularly useful to you right now, but just know these have to stay where they are. These can't change. And these are where the sins are. When we get into more advanced stuff, like patching outs through ins, we'll use these, and I'll show that in just a minute. Down here at the bottom, we have our amps. Leave them alone, and just leave them on. And there's a key which lives on top of this rack that lets you get in the back of the rack. You do not need to change anything in the back of the rack. None of that is user serviceable. You should not have to go back there. The only real reason you have to go back there is to get power. Unfortunately, there's only one plug in the sound closet, which is on that wall by the door, and it's already full. So if you want to say plug in the portable PA, which we'll go into in the next video, and have some music in here while you're working for hours on end, you have to run power out of there. And that's it. Thank you.